everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball.
It's a foot race. The 20, 10. A big play there on the first play of the game. 66 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
50's the mark.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Brings up second and goal at the 1 yard.
What happened?
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. K.J. Wright, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down. Incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Look at the starters defensively for the Dolphins. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
From the 22, Wilson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
They run it with Carson and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 64 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he that he's able to get that second chance so quickly after the first miss, gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. K.J. Wright make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep, and he's got a man, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami, 54 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for Dolphins. First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a give right side. Swift trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
This is Carson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now it's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, Wilson. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Come on, fellas.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Let's go, boys.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. To throw again is Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
Yeah, baby.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Wilson will throw again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Myers connects on the pt8, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Here we go. 50, plant, 50. Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got the connection to Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We have... You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Hey, eat. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On third down, Wilson. Open man is Ursua. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Complete. This is Albert Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Swift. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a give right side. Swift. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game being on 2nd half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the 2nd half.
5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly.
An incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Here we go.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well.
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Second and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Carson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. first down. Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Even.
Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. That's complete into the hands of Carson. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
They'll run here with Balazs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Second and 4. And caught by Cooper for a Miami touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter. And the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by one more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the shotgun, Wilson. It's caught by Roberts. Brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Mike, 5. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Again, Wilson. Roberts has it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
55. Come on.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. Big Dwayne Brown, the tackle, guilty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
You.
Wilson will throw again. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Here we go.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Wilson on 1st down. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
We own them.
To throw again is Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated, the front and the back.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there. They'll set up a throw. And he finds Parker here, complete. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. That's good for 28 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Back to throw again.
Let's go, D.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
I got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly. They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well.
Now Carson fumbles the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Wilson, and that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here comes Grant on the return.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. You have an injury from the last game. See how long they'll be out. Start your week by installing your game plan.
everybody. It's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 55 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time. Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Caught here by Bell. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Look at the starters defensively for the Dolphins. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down. Off the play fake. Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 27. Looking to throw. Herbert on the catch. It's Crowder.
Herbert's pass complete to Jamison Crowder. A gain of a yard.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. This one from 46 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, they only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now here are the Dolphins getting set for their first drive. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, at quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun. Herbert, throw complete to Herndon. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Herbert. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins. 41 yards. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. 6-0 our score after 1.
Ready. Mike 57. Oh, here we go. Oh. Ready, go.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
2nd and 3. The quick slant caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Bell. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you want one. You'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early byes and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. On 3rd down, Swift. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40.
Let's go.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Sanders on for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
That's it, baby.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now the line. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Caught by Wilson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Let's go, baby.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. 2nd and 9 now. And that is caught, but the judge right there to say incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up. They run it with Balaj. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Swift. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Let's go, fellas.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Balaj. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check 24, check 24. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Touchdown.
A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. The first carry for Josh Adams. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Our time. It's our time.
From the gun, Herbert. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Herbert. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Taco Charlton. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Terrell Basham in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard. They'll roll him out right. Wilson's got it complete.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Go.
On 1st down, Swift. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Steps away. And he's going to keep it here. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's complete to Grant. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Right there. All day, baby.
The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run with a big man. This is Adams. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Herbert. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's got a noon one. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to throw. Herbert.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert, he's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
On first down, Swift, and he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
He'll buy some time right. Going deep here for Parker. He's got a man. Complete. 20. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. On third down, Swift. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Miami, they continue to roll as the win gets Start your week by installing your game plan.